Toasted Lavender listeners, we're coming at you with a special promo. If you sign up for our Patreon at $10 or above anytime during the month of August, you'll get one of our free Lavender Menace t-shirts and a sticker.
Homemade
by us.
Tie-dyed.
We're here, we're queer, we're drinking beer.
We're still drinking beer. Always. Thanks, everyone.
Great.
Thanks for supporting us. Let's keep this project going. My name's Alex. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm drinking a Whiter's Raspberry Cider today.
Whiter.
Yep.
Whiter cider.
Whiter cider.
It's really, really good. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. I'm Lindsay, and my pronouns are she and her. And today, I'm drinking a beer called Denim Tux.
What a great name for a beer.
That is a great name. Well, the can is great, too. And so, I don't know if there's a way for us to show that to y'all, but
we can put it on our show notes.
Oh,
no.
Shit. Luckily, there's no computer nearby because Lindsay's beer just spilled all over the table.
I'm glad that we both thought the same thing.
We learned our mistake. No more computers on the recording table.
Anyway, this beer is by Bow and Arrow Brewing, which we've said before is one of our favorite breweries in New Mexico, but I'm going to go ahead and say that it's like one of my favorite breweries that I've been to.
I agree with that.
Unfortunately, we were there in COVID times, and so I don't think we got like the full effect. But their tap room was beautiful. We sat outside, and cheers to Bow and Arrow.
Everything we tried was really good.
That they're making it just fine.
And it's women and person of color owned, right?
And queer.
And that's
queer
just
it's all the
win,
things.
win, win, win.
Yeah.
And they make damn good beer.
And they
too.
make very good beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I'm Lisa, and my pronouns are she, her. And tonight, Kai and I are drinking the same beer. Do you want to do your pronouns and we can introduce our beer together?
Yes, I'm Kai, and my pronouns are he, him, and we're drinking the Mango Submarine from Strange Overtones Brewing.
That's really fun. How is it?
It's delicious. It's a mango habanero beer that our friends and co-hosts, Lindsay and Alex, brewed in this very home that we're sitting in right now. And it's delightful.
It's still peppery. Like I still get the hob. And that's my favorite.
I'm glad that you like it.
Yeah.
I also want to introduce Stella because she's right next to me eating a pizzle.
You may hear her in the background.
Chomping it up. But she's a very good dog.
Stella's our podcast mascot.
She's the podcast dog.
She is the
She's
podcast
a good girl.
dog.
She has her own dog cast.
Dog.
She does. I'll subscribe.
What's it called? Like
Stella's World.
Stella Lavender. Stella's World.
You just strap a GoPro to her head.
We've tried that before, and you do get some interesting results.
The first item of business that I want to talk about is that yesterday in our time, but
when you hear
when this comes out, it's going to be past time. But yesterday, July 14th, is International Non-Binary Persons Visibility Day.
You know, interesting you should say that because on our way up here, I saw a non-binary flag waving off someone's porch in Ogden in Midtown, like around Monroe-ish area.
Midtown, is
awesome.
that a real name for a...
No, but it's like middle of town.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I just didn't know if I was
in the
missing
middle section of Ogden.
So what does the
Midtown Ogden.
non-binary flag look like?
It's the
Black, yellow, purple?
Gray.
Oh God, we need to get our.
Please refer back to
another
episode 2.
No, we're moving on.
So in 2021, the Non-Binary Awareness Week is July 11th through 17th.
Okay, so okay.
And it's the week surrounding the 14th of July because July 14th is International Non-Binary People's Day.
Okay.
July 16th is International Drag Day.
Oh.
What is
What are we gonna do?
What are we gonna celebrate?
Should we go to the trap door? Are they open?
No, God, we're gonna eat chili verde tomorrow.
We can do both.
No, we can't.
You guys should dress
We have
up in
plans.
drag while you eat chili verde.
Okay, I can do that.
That seems reasonable, right? Get your Katie Lang on and...
Wait, who's Katie Lang in this relationship?
Oh, I was like, excuse who? I think Alex is Katie Lang in this relationship.
Thanks a lot.
I think it's about the hair right now.
It is.
Okay.
It's so about that. That is exactly how I made my
It's your
judgment call.
stage of hair.
So my topic today.
Which is a mystery to all of us.
Oh,
of
you
us
don't even know. Huh?
So we're gonna do like a.
No, I asked. I'm like,
No.
you won't tell me?
I
She's
said
like,
sorry.
no.
It's a fucking secret.
Wow, it's a fucking secret.
Yeah,
I
she
love
said it like
secrets.
that, like, and she like squinted her
I was
eyes
like-
at me. She's like, "It's a fucking secret."
Yeah.
Oh my.
I was also driving, and then I like flexed at you.
Yeah. And then she swerved because she flexed so hard.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
There was a whole scene.
Probably. There probably was.
Probably happens.
So here's the format. First of all,
Okay.
is I'm gonna say a word or a phrase, and you just have to tell me your initial impressions.
Kind of like a game.
No, it's,
This is not a game.
This is not a game.
No,
Take
it's
it
just like-
seriously.
no, you can't win.
Okay.
We all win.
Okay.
There were a couple of things that I really like dug deep into, and then there were a couple of things that I didn't. So, just that's the FYI.
Okay.
The first thing that I want to bring up is Gold Star Gay.
Oh my god.
Okay, first reaction.
Yep.
Okay, so when
What do you know? How do you feel? Etc.
Okay, I have a lot to say on the matter, so
You're gonna
I'm
take
gonna go,
everything
I'm gonna go
I
as
have to
fast
say.
as I can.
Okay.
I won't say anything then.
So, Gold Star, I became aware of when I was identified as a lesbian and watching the L Word, and it was like the meaning of it is that like you haven't had sex with a cis man, like you've only had sex with other women. It's Gold Star. So when I started dating Lisa, I would go to her family
Shout out
parties.
to the black sheep.
Yeah, shout out to you
Yes,
assholes.
this only has to be as personal as you make it.
I'm going.
We're going.
I'm going.
We're going.
It's not that bad. Anyway, her family has a subculture of all the bads that have left the church, and they call themselves the black sheep. And
the
they
Mormon church. for
they
those who
have
don't know.
this they call the Gold Star Destroyer. It's a tiny little Monopoly piece penis. Like it's like a little plastic,
My sister-in-law got it at a bachelorette party.
but it
And
looks like
it's-
it would be like a game piece for Monopoly or something. Like it's just a small little, and it's
They
red.
don't use it in Monopoly.
No, they
Does
they
she
use
carry
it.
it around with her wherever she goes?
No, but it makes appearances. Like it'll just like suddenly be on the cake that we're all gonna eat. Like the Gold Star
No.
Destroyer's out, and it's been stolen multiple times, and then
Is this
Reappears,
all for black
disappears.
sheep only? Or
Yes.
does this
It's
It's not like on
at
your.
any family function.
no, it's only
birthday.
black sheep
Only black
functions, and
Okay.
I thought I had custody of it last I knew, and we had a big party at our house. Suddenly, it was gone. The Gold Star Destroyer was gone. I don't know who has it in their custody right now. So, shout out to whoever has the Gold Star Destroyer.
Lisa?
Anything?
Initial impressions, reactions, feelings.
I feel like Kai and I have the same story.
Concept of
Yeah, we both experienced that together. So I second your Black Sheep Gold Star Destroyer story.
I don't know how much to say.
go.
well, Lisa, do you have
Spiel.
anything else?
I'm not a gold
All the
star,
eyeballs
and
look at me.
every lesbian I've ever met likes to remind me of it.
Oh.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah, it's like kind of like
I
a
ever
notch in your
reminded
belt.
you of that? I don't think I've ever used the word gold star.
Yeah, probably not you. I'm sorry, I take it back. Not every, but I've had multiple people hold it
Thank you.
against me. Mostly straight people, actually.
I'm sorry. That's weird.
Mostly straight people, now that I think about it.
That's very strange.
It's okay. I'm happy to have had lots of life experiences that's not exclusive to one thing.
Boom. And that's why we're doing this.
Yeah.
I don't know what I have to say about it.
Do you
I
have
think
any,
I'm in
like-
the club. I
Oh.
think I'm in the club if that's
Okay.
where we're going.
All right.
You think?
I'm in the club.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the club.
All right. So these are my notes that I furiously researched.
About gold stars.
Well, it's the first thing on my list.
Okay, I'm ready.
I had a lot to feel about it. So, a gold star gay man
Oh.
is a man who has, all caps, proudly never had sex with a woman.
Okay.
Oh.
There's
Are there
also
all caps in the gold star lesbian description? Is there proudly? all
Yeah,
caps?
yes.
So they're both very proud.
We'll get to the lesbians. Don't even worry.
Okay.
Of course we'll get to the
Yeah, but
lesbians.
it's the same, just flip-flopped, right? I also read a little thing about a double gold star gay,
Oh, what is that?
which is
translate
like
to?
you've never been close to a woman's
Wow.
bits.
Wow.
I don't know.
That
If you're a
sounds.
man.
That sounds
Yes.
like bullshit.
Yeah, that sounds.
Your mom
Stand by, Lisa. Stand by. Because a platinum star gay is a man.
wasn't even breastfed.
No, actually,
good though, honey.
it's a gold star gay who has never had sex with a woman, who's never touched a woman's vagina, who was born C-section. That's a platinum star.
Oh
gay.
my god. I don't feel
I
like
don't like this.
I don't like this either.
Neither do
caste
I.
system.
It's disgusting.
Well, and you have no control over how you were birthed
If you,
into.
I know.
that is weird. That I didn't
I'm
even know
sorry.
this was a thing.
It's-
Do people
I hate
seek
that.
this? Do people seek
No.
this credential?
But
Is it
people-
like on your resume?
On Bumbler.com, can you just like
On
check
your
a box
LinkedIn?
or
what in the
Grinder?
goddamn hell is Bumbler?
It's Grinder, whatever. Bumbler, Grinder, whatever. Link up site. Bumblebee.com. I don't know.
You don't want to know all the ads for gay dating sites that I got on my phone
I get a lot too.
after Googling all this shit.
Oh shit.
So those are the terms that we're going with. Mostly gold star and platinum star.
Okay.
Because I only read double gold star like once, and who the hell knows. It's a very gross way of congratulating yourself on your privilege.
That's
First of all-
so true. Yeah.
And putting a label on yourself that, I don't know, not a lot of people get to. Because you have never had to repress who you really were, or been super confused about your feelings, or you've always had a clear understanding of your sexuality, and it never changed, ever, ever. And you felt safe enough to live your gold star life from the beginning. Like, you never... Settle down.
We're not holding this against you, Lindsay.
God, I knew it was a mistake. It's a setup.
Hey, I'm technically a gold star too, I guess.
Technically,
Well, I mean,
You have the stripes.
yeah,
You've
I
just
have my
changed
stripes. I've just
departments.
changed departments. Yeah.
So why don't I move to my next point here?
Okay.
Which is that it's super exclusionary of basically anyone other than gay men. Gold star gays can be elite and divisive regarding every other category of queer because it's a like purity test or a measurement of how gay your life has been.
Wow.
And it's a very huge red flag of misogyny.
For sure.
Like, you can't even handle...
Having
Like,
been birthed out
being-
of a womb.
Yes!
That's like
That
a
like
feather in your
strips
cap.
down your
That- right,
gayness
that
a
it's
little
a
bit if
feather
you
in
came
your
out
cap.
of a vagina.
C-section.
Yeah.
Also, there are plenty of cis hets that have some level of confusion about their sexuality in their lifetime. Like, I don't know how many people really talk about it, but I think it's very common. And it's like, there are people that go away, like, leave their home and go to college. And, like, of course there's experimentation. And it's a trope, but it's also true. There's an element
I don't
of
know. I never
truth.
went away to college.
Right. But, like, eventually they settle back on, I'm heterosexual.
After whatever experiences they may have had.
Right. And the fact is that there's no gold star straight label. Because that's just the default and nobody really talks about it. And
Yeah, so why is it gold star then?
Because
Why are we comparing ourselves?
gay men like to have a thing that they are elite about.
I don't feel qualified to talk about gay men.
I don't either, but here we are. But misogyny's like a huge streak within the gay community. And it's really yucky. And I hope that we don't know a lot of gay men that are misogynists. My next point is that gold star lesbians are definitely a thing. And a huge part of that is misandry. And
What the hell is that?
it's like the flip-flop of misogyny.
Could you hear that?
It's like man-hating.
Yeah. And
Never heard that.
Misandry's man-hating.
yeah.
Never heard that word spoken.
It's an
To me.
interesting word because it's usually on the flip side, but
Yeah.
It's a thing.
And that's like a common idea of, maybe not today, but it used to be that if you're a lesbian, then you are just a man hater and you are angry and you're whatever, you're a bitch.
well, this goes back to the Lavender Menaces and being excluded from the second wave feminist
Yes.
movement because they didn't the feminists didn't want to be categorized as man haters. Like
Right.
there's a long standing.
Well, and it's interesting that it's like, okay, well, if you're a lesbian, if you are a woman who loves women, that must mean that you hate men. And that's definitely not the case, but
That's just sort of a misogynistic point of view.
Or a misandrist point of view.
And so, yeah, gold star lesbians are a thing.
Stand by my misogynistic point of view.
Okay.
I have a follow-up.
Okay.
Because I think most men have a hard time believing that women don't want them.
Yeah. So
That's
they're
what
like,
I mean.
well, you're just a man hater.
Yeah, well, you just hate men then.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't had this dick, and if you
Oh,
did,
no.
if you did,
Right, like somehow they're the exception.
Yep.
Well, you never met me.
yeah, God.
Thank God.
Yeah, thank God I've never met you till now, and I hope I never see you again.
Let's get rid of this fake man that we've introduced into our podcast because he sucks.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's dismissed.
I read a little thing about how there are some people who think that gold star lesbians include you have never kissed a man.
Oh wow!
And I don't know if
that's
that-
taking it a little.
I don't know if
further
that
than I would.
extends to gold star gay, but holy shit. Like,
Yeah.
and if you're a young person who sees this and is like, well, I'm gay, but am I gay enough?
It goes
It's-
back to being gatekeepy.
It's super gatekeepy and it's really unhealthy to like, project this thing onto people who you think like aren't 100% gay because they were born the way that, yeah, like the way that most people are born.
Are most people born that way? I mean, I'm just curious because it.
Ask Lady Gaga.
Oh my God.
No matter gay, straight, or what.
And if we had so much money, we would just insert Lady Gaga music into the podcast.
Oh, I wish
But for
we
now, we
could.
just rely on Kai
I will
to
be
do the covers of all of our
I'm
songs.
covering every song.
The other thing that I had to say about it is that it really invalidates any sexual or romantic experiences with non-cisgender people as well as bi and pan folks who are not always seen as 100% one queer category.
Yeah, that's a really interesting perspective.
So if you... I mean, I don't want to be weird, but if you are...
Too late.
I know.
You were born this way.
But this is my, like, theoretical question, is if you're a gay guy that sleeps with a gay guy, and then later, like, one of them comes out as a trans woman, does that invalidate the Gold Star experience?
Oh, wow.
And
Wow.
why...
Does that matter?
And why does it matter? And, like... I don't
Yeah.
know.
But for people who are
But
keeping
for
a
people
tally,
that this matters
this
to,
is very important.
I can't
Does it
imagine
matter?
these people's lives, first of all.
I imagine that they live in Los Angeles.
probably.
Hey, we have a few people listening in
Uh-oh.
California, so don't offend
Shout
anyone.
out if you're one of them.
And I'm from Los Angeles.
You know what? I'd really like to hear from you. If you could please send whatever
If
correspondence
there's a
to
different,
toasttolavender@gmail.com. I really want to know your perspective.
if we are pissing you off right now,
First of all,
Fight
deal
back.
with
Sorry.
it. Second
And-
of all,
Reach out.
why
Let
don't
us
you just
know.
send us an email?
yep. All right. Does anyone have anything else to say about Gold,
Gold
Stars?
Stars.
No, I've clearly said too much.
Well,
I like that. I think that's like a good perspective to end on because I haven't thought about that.
So, my next word / phrase is no homo and or pause.
pause. I don't know anything about pause.
Sure you do.
No, not like critter pause.
Sweaty paws.
Oh.
No.
Like Grammy clutches.
Like, like,
My
like,
glove paw.
like on your VCR when you're like play, pause, stop.
Okay, so
know.
like pause.
I don't know much about pause.
I don't either.
That's
I don't
not
know.
something for
I
me,
do.
but-
I do know about no homo.
Yeah.
What do you
no
know about no
homo.
homo?
To me, it reminds me of Lil Wayne. Like that's the
Oh.
first thing that pops into my head is like that was like a thing that was like like he would say at like the end or the beginning of song, like how Megan Lee's like Juicy J, shut the fuck up. But like no homo, Lil Wayne would be like,
Really?
no homo. No homo. Yeah, so that's what it is to me.
Okay, that's funny.
That was a really impressive head.
Sorry you all messed that
I
up.
got the whole Lil Wayne vibe from that.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
I
Ruin.
don't get it in that sense. To me, it's just a disclaimer. Right? Like
no homos allowed.
I say something sensitive or that could be maybe misconstrued, and so I have to make sure there's a disclaimer that I say no homo. Right? Like it's a, by the way, that doesn't mean that I want to do you. It's no homo.
Like, bro, you have a nice ass. No homo.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like an asterisk.
Okay. Interesting.
Lisa, do you have
That's-
any? That's
Lindsay, that's the
Okay.
only thing that I have context with, like two guys patting each other's butts or like giving each other a hug and then like no homo. Like I need to make it clear that
Make
I'm a bro and I
sure
like
that
vag.
I am not.
Okay.
I'm glad we work vag into this podcast.
You're welcome.
I'd like to just announce that you're right. That's what it means.
Ding 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 ding.
Oh,
Oh, that was a good high five.
that was pretty good.
No homo came before pause.
I've never even heard of pause.
Yeah,
I'm
please
very
explain pause.
excited to hear
Honey,
about what you have to
You're
tell us
not
about
even
pause.
on social media yet. You know what pause is.
Yeah. Do
I'm
you
just-
know what pause is?
No.
Does anybody
Wow.
here other than Alex
Are we
know
too
what pause
old,
is?
or are we just
Have
like
I
out of
elevated
touch?
myself?
I feel like
on
you've
the
elevated
scale?
us all. Tell us about pause.
Okay. Well,
No homo. I understand.
we're all like full homo here.
We're all full homo here.
full.
1000%.
Okay, so no homo and pause are the young and hip way of explicitly mentioning that you are not gay, even if you say or do something that could be construed as feminine or gay, or perhaps you have some type of feelings.
I feel like it's a spelling bee where it's like, can you please use pause in a sentence?
Yes.
Is it like sus? Like how the youngsters these days are saying sus?
I have no fucking idea what that. Here's where we're gonna land on this. And here's how I know about pause is that it's popular with NBA players. And I consume a lot of NBA related media, so I'm definitely biased, and that's how I'm aware. But I watched a clip of Chris Paul yesterday, who was being interviewed after a game, and he's a very famous point guard. He's in the NBA Finals right now.
Is he on an insurance commercial right
He
now?
is. State
Farm.
Okay,
He's
and
on
he
the
has a
State
nice
Farm
butt.
commercial.
I noticed it last night as I was
cute little
watching the
butt,
show.
yeah.
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 I watched the game last night and I noticed his
He-
cute little
yeah.
butt
He
in
has a
that
butt.
insurance.
He doesn't have the
commercial.
best butt in the NBA, but
I
that's fine.
like.
Oh, we all know.
Maybe I just
like
liked
that
his
you
sweat
tell me
shorts.
that.
Maybe I just liked his sweat shorts and his butt looked good in his sweat
Do you want to
shorts.
shout out the best butt in the NBA?
Shout out to Kyle Lowry, the best butt in the NBA.
Come on, it's not even a competition.
No,
No homo.
no homo.
What would be the? What would we say? Like no straight?
Perfect. God, no, that was
No,
fine.
yeah.
No, that's fine. That's perfect.
I mean, it's homo. Well, is it? I don't know.
No,
Not for you.
It's no homo.
Maybe it is for Kai now. I don't know. Kai, can you speak to whether or not it's homo?
I have nothing to add.
Okay. It's pauses the no homo of like the
New generation.
yeah, I would say that.
I
like
just need to understand.
Yeah, give me some.
so the interview with Chris Paul.
Yeah.
They won a game. It was Easter Sunday. That doesn't matter at all. But he's being interviewed, and he's on video, and one of his teammates, Trevor Ariza, runs up behind him and like grabs him
Like
and lifts
over
him
the
up.
shoulders.
No, just like
waist.
just like grabs his torso and lifts him up because they're so happy that they won.
Okay.
Just a celebratory kind
Yay.
of huggy.
It was a yay
thing. It was a
moment.
yay moment, and like, hey, good job, bro. You had a great game,
And you're on TV.
and you're on TV, and like,
Okay.
etc.
All right.
And as soon as Chris Paul gets put down, he turns around and says, "Pause."
To the
the camera?
reporter.
Yeah, well, and also just to himself, like, pause, bro, pause.
So it's like pause
Okay. You're
because in
getting
real life
too
it's not
hyped.
okay for us to act like this.
Yes.
You're getting too
It's like,
hyped.
This is
We
a
gotta
gay.
pause.
Too gay.
This is
gay.
just.
Okay.
This is just a hug, a teammate hug. Pause.
I get it.
Not gay.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't,
Yeah, I don't like it
that.
either.
I don't like it
How
either.
how oldish is this Chris Paul person?
Our age.
He's our
well, now
age-ish.
he's our age, but this was when
And I'm
he
pointing
was
to me and
playing.
Lisa.
Okay, this was when he was playing in New Orleans, which is
Cheers to our
like
age.
10 years ago.
Okay, so
okay.
it,
But
this was
still,
like a
he's
young,
still our
a
age.
very young word.
Young, right? But it's also like this was a thing 8 to 10 years ago.
almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. I've never heard about pause. If anybody
I
has
really
and
want to
wants
dig into
to like
pause.
give us some more info, like please.
It was.
Is
Hit
it
us
just
up.
an excuse? Like,
was
if you're
not.
having some gay feelings and you want to do something a little gay, you can just be like, pause or no homo, and it's like washed away your sin. Like,
Right.
I don't get
Because
that.
as soon as your bro is like full homo, man, then you're like, oh God, what have I gotten
Pause.
into?
Right. They're like full homo, and they're like, oh shit, what have I
Oh
done?
no. It is really heavily majority men or boys that are saying these things.
It sounds like it because they're going to
Yeah.
be insecure about any sort of like affection towards another
Yes,
man,
as
and like
soon as
they need to have a disclaimer.
As soon as they feel any type of feelings, it's like,
Shut it down.
sorry, I'm not
Shut
gay.
it down.
Like, I love
Yeah.
you as a friend, but also
You
no
can't
homo.
cross the line. Like, I don't want to make you think I'm something different than what
Yes. There was a female singer that it's part of her lyrics is like, yada yada, I only fuck with bad bitches, no homo.
That's okay. So
Right?
this goes back to I don't know, but I would be willing to bet that it was Nicki Minaj because Nicki Minaj was on Young Money Records, and Young Money Records had that no homo thing. Like it was very much associated. Sure, there was a culture before it, but no homo was very much like the record label thing to
Yeah,
say.
and Young Money is Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
I
and
wonder what
Drake
happened.
And Nicki Minaj, like that whole like uprising of that time.
Do you think
was
if they're like
correlated to
passing
Young
each
Money
other in the
Records.
hallway, they're like, no homo.
No
And they
homo.
like slide past each other.
Here's
like,
the joint,
sorry.
bro. No homo.
No homo. Swap and spit on this J. In one of the articles that I read, it's from Level Medium. It's about the fact that this is just toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
And the quote
Exactly
is,
what it is.
that it's any combination of assumptions and cultural frameworks that reinforce the thinking that there is only one way to be a man. And so if you seriously just like are experiencing any feelings or you want to express some type of emotion or you're saying something that somebody would say like, don't be gay, like, don't be gay about it, then you're going to end your thought with no homo or pause. It's kind of interchangeable.
It's like a excuse to express emotion.
Yes.
Is what it
and
comes down
it
to.
It kind of like gives a safe
remember.
space for these more or less straight boys to express how they
show
feel.
feelings
Yeah.
and like hug people and like show excitement
and just be like, you did a good job, bro. No homo. There's no homo.
You can't just
about
say that
it.
without saying no homo.
Yes,
Otherwise,
because-
everyone will be like, he must be gay. He's hugging his teammate.
Right. Have you ever been to junior high? Because I think that all junior high boys are just constantly afraid that someone's going to call them gay. I don't know.
And also my experience, my like memory of that is like, yes, 13-year-old boys are constantly afraid that somebody's going to call them gay. And they're also like constantly in need of love.
Yeah.
Which
And-
are
and
like on the
attention and, like,
opposite side of the
it's
spectrum.
support, emotional
Yep.
support. And
Yep.
like,
Yep.
yeah. So I understand that there is a struggle. I don't understand the struggle.
But there is, yeah. Interesting.
And it's also like just a dash of homophobia.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't want to be confused for a gay person, which is, I don't know, maybe it's not a problem. Maybe it's not as much of a thing these days, like in young people's worlds,
I
but
think it's getting better. I hope.
Yeah,
like
I
to
don't
think
know
it's
if it
getting
is
better.
though. Like
I don't know.
with the rise of Trump, it seems like there's a lot of young people that have been very influenced
And emboldened.
and emboldened. Yeah,
To be horrible.
So I know this is like a kind of a silly story about this thing, and this is actually not what I want to talk about, but it reminded me of when I was buying this T-shirt, which is a Jazz Pride T-shirt, which I was very happy about and wanted to buy. I went to the Jazz Team Store Instagram, and there were comments on the post for this T-shirt that were like, who the fuck is going to want to buy that?
Oh my.
And there was also like, somehow people have figured out how to do the gay pride flag emoji with a circle slash through, like no.
On top of it?
Oh my
Yes,
god.
somehow
What?
they overlap. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. And then people commented under it and they're like, bro, send this to me in a DM so I can copy and paste it to other things.
Why do you have such strong feelings about an emoji?
Yeah, why are you taking that much time?
Because they want to be able to put that symbolism in other places.
That's yucky.
So that yuckiness exists very much so. But the other thing that I wanted to talk about was like in this no homo conversation where the slightest suggestion of any sort of intimacy between two probably mostly adolescent males is like questionable, and like I need to make sure that everybody knows that I'm
Not questionable.
not a fucking homosexual or a homophile. It reminds me of, and I've heard plenty of groans when I mention Dave Matthews, because there are definitely like super pro and super anti Dave Matthews people out there, and that's fine. But when he made his solo album, he went to Africa, and he did like some like little video vignettes of him in Africa, and it like part of the culture there is to hold hands with your friends. So there's just like men walking down the street holding hands, and it has nothing to do with their sexuality or anything. It's just the fact that they're friends. So he meets these people in Africa, and he's just like walking down the street holding hands, and they're just like friends. They're like
Can you
buddies.
imagine?
No.
Like, can you imagine men in our like? I wish I could. I really wish I could.
There's a photo of George W. Bush holding another like world leader's hand because it's
I'm sure
a
he
cultural.
wants it scrubbed from the internet.
I'm sure it
I
is,
won't.
too.
I mean, I don't look up photos of George W. Bush very often, but
George
I've seen
W.
it. It's like a thing.
Yeah.
It's a non-threatening thing that happens
it's
in
not a
other parts of
sexual
the
thing.
world. Yeah.
And it's not a romantic thing.
No, it's just like we're pals.
Hold my hand.
Yeah, it's like a hug.
It's an affectionate thing.
Extended
Or a
hug.
handshake,
love
or
that.
it's just like a norm of let's be friendly. And
We're walking together. We're
my
holding
paws
hands.
are always sweaty, so I wouldn't wish anyone to have to hold them. But
Sorry, Lisa.
I like to hold your sweaty paws. I think that's really sad because I think there's a lot of people who could use physical touch like
hold
that.
hand?
That's
Yeah.
not a
Handhold?
sexual thing. It's not no homo, but it's like
a connection.
a connection. And like if you're not getting that anywhere, just to
Right.
have someone like touch you, whether it's your hand or your arm or your shoulder, like can really do a lot for you and
Make you feel present,
Validated
seen.
and present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the moral to that is
It's stupid.
it's very stupid.
It's stupid.
And if you're a young man who is completely straight and listening to our show for some reason,
Cheers to you,
First of all, please write me an email. I will
want to know
send
who
you a
are and what
t-shirt.
your life is like. But also, just be bros with your friends. And
Be bros with your bros.
You can hug
It's
your
okay.
friends, and you don't have to exclaim that you're not gay if you're not. I mean, like, and if you are gay, you don't have to hide that. And
I will say I follow some of my extended family on Instagram, and there is somebody in particular that I'm thinking about that is much younger than me, who graduated high school like 5 years ago. Very openly loving to his male friends, and he is a straight person. Like, I feel like maybe that's a paradigm shift. I'm hoping.
Is it like
it's
a
true.
comment? Like his comments?
His comments, his
They're like, "I love
photos,
you,
his like,
homie."
I love you, dude. Like,
That's nice.
I'm hoping that is not a one-off, and that is more representative of that.
That's really nice.
I feel like
Age
it
group.
is. I do feel like we're experiencing like this runoff. I don't know if runoff's the right word, but we're experiencing a bit of a runoff from the Trump presidency. But I also feel like there's the other side of that. That young people today are like your cousin or whatever extended family member who's been like, I love you, bro. Like, I feel like that's more of a thing, even with pop culture, like even with like what we're music videos and songs and things that we're all consuming. I feel like it's shifting.
I hope so.
So the idea that I had was like, maybe this is like a side effect of having queer media figures.
Oh, of
so
course.
that
Absolutely.
like queer kids are doing whatever they're doing, and then like straight kids don't have to say no homo because they know who their queer friends are.
Right.
And like they're secure in their own bodies and sexuality or whatever.
Right.
Like it's just not really a thing, hopefully.
These two groups can interact peacefully.
or just
hopefully.
or just I don't know. I hope it's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, my next little subtopic, I'm going to say a few words to you all. Fag hag, fruit fly, queen bee, homo honey,
God, I wish you could see Alex's face.
and beard. Beard is a little bit different, but it's grouped into the rest of
We've
these.
brought all these up in past episodes, I feel like.
Yes.
The majority of them.
Lisa, you are first.
Well, a fruit fly or a fag hag is a straight person who
Do they have to be
attaches.
straight?
Yes, they have to be straight.
That's how I interpret it.
A straight person who attaches themselves to a queer person, and that becomes part of their identity. Like, look at me, I'm the right-hand man to this queer person.
I don't know if it's look at me as much as it's just like this is the crowd I want to be around.
It's like, look at me, I have a gay BFF.
I don't think
My
it's
gay
a
best
look at
friend.
me.
I don't
think it's
I don't
a
think
look
it's
at
a look
me.
at me. I don't. I think it's like a. I don't know. I don't know what the underlying
just your
root of it is, but
preferred
like I feel more
crowd.
comfortable.
This is my perception of
Yeah,
this.
that's fine.
This is my perception. That doesn't mean it's
we're all
correct,
giving our perceptions.
or it's your perception.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's wrong. To me, it felt like more of a, this is my preferred group of people to hang out with. Not necessarily like for attention, but just I feel accepted. And that's like honestly what I think a lot of quote unquote fag hags, it's that they feel comfortable and accepted, and these are the people they want to be with, want to hang out with, want to party with, like not
I think
necessarily
partying and like
yes,
and maybe not all partying, but like also like spending time on beauty regimes.
To me,
there's something
in my
in common.
experience, it's like a safety blanket. I'm not saying it's always a look at me, but it's like I have this safety blanket of a person of the opposite sex who's with me, who I don't have to worry about them being my boyfriend or like worrying about
Like a
things
Mean
straight
Girls
man-
crew kind of thing?
Kind of. Like I kind of think of,
Okay.
yeah, Mean Girls crew, because I knew some people like this in high school. That's kind of what it like draws me back to. And it was very much like Mean Girls. And I feel like the straight person is getting more out of it than the gay person. I feel like the gay person's being taken advantage of. But I'm not saying that's always the case.
So
I'm
I'm
saying
curious
that's
if-
what I've seen.
I'm curious, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I think I kind of understand what you mean by safety net, but I'm kind of curious, like as a straight person, how.
You've known those girls who don't get along with other girls.
Okay, so it's
So
like,
it's Mean Girls.
It's
It's like
mean
really
girls.
mean girls that
That don't have any girlfriends, as
like
in
they're too
girls-
bitchy to be friends
that are
with
girls.
gals.
wow.
So they
Okay.
attract these gay boys who are also high drama, but they can like
Oh, this
kind of
is
manipulate.
interesting. Yeah, I'm
And-
seeing where you're going with this.
I'm sorry if I'm taking this in a different
No.
direction.
No,
but this
it's
is my
eye-opening.
experience with it.
I'm totally seeing where
It's
you're
a
going with
negative
this.
thing in my mind because
I
of
love
the
this
things
conversation.
the things I've seen is like I can't have any regular relationships with women, even though I'm a straight woman, because I'm such a straight up bitch. That I'm going to attach myself to this gay guy and have that act as my girlfriend, in quotes.
And they call it It's
And-
not even
and
in
it's
quotes.
fulfill-
It's
it's
seriously
fulfilling
like,
that.
hey girlfriend, like
Yeah, let's go buy makeup, let's go shopping, let's buy clothes, let's have brunch. It's like fulfilling that.
Brunch. Please don't.
Oh, you know, every fucking gay boy and mean girl are having brunch together.
Brunch.
We all love
Everyone
brunch.
loves brunch.
We love brunch too.
It's not exclusive to
and
these
mimosas.
people, but it's like very much we're clinging to each other, and I'm sure that the gay boy in this situation is just happy to have someone maybe on their side that will defend them because it's a straight up bitch who, yeah, you know.
This is a very
Claws
interesting,
come out.
very interesting perspective.
All right, that's just my
Okay,
you guys.
Is there anything else that...
I have a different perspective. It's not like 180 degree difference, but I feel like there are some girls out there that attach themselves to gay boys for a sense of confidence that maybe they don't have.
Ooh, this is also an interesting take.
Because, you know, as we all know, that like when you sort of come out and you're living that life, for me, that was not comfortable, right? And in my experiences, like that's a bold thing to do, and I think that some quote unquote fag hags sort of followed in the wake of some gay boys to feel a little emboldened and empowered and confident in themselves. And it's almost like a celebrity where people feel empowered by a song or like some act of like boldness. That's to me what a fag hag is. It's like I look up to you. It's a confidence thing. It's like I'm not really sure about myself yet. And not to say that these women are questioning their identity, but I feel like sometimes they are.
Or maybe they're not getting the attention they want from the opposite sex.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my take.
Interesting.
And this is not, obviously, there's no way for me to know every single person ever that maybe fit in this category. But like in my experience, that's just sort of what it seems like.
Okay, so I lumped beards into this category for whatever reason. So I'm gonna get that out of the way right now.
It's the same.
No, it's not.
We've already had this argument, and I just listened to this argument, so
I know.
It's not the same.
I wanted to talk about this because we brought it up in our last couple episodes, and I wanted to do a little bit of Googling or banging, whatever you prefer.
Oh,
We don't have to be
banging. Do
agnostic.
people
I don't
bang?
like-
Search engines. We don't have to be agnostic to
I wanted
search
to
engines.
Safari my...
I liked Bing better, but
Okay.
Just
Boy.
say search. Just say search next time.
Okay. So, beard is first up to bat, and it's very adjacent to lavender marriages, where it was physically and socially safer to be near a woman as a gay man when being a homosexual, or basically being a homosexual, was criminalized in America. And it's still a crime in dozens of countries. And so having a cover where if you're walking at night and you're going out to bars or clubs, or you're just existing as a queer person, like a gay man, it's very beneficial to be physically near a woman so that you're not attacked or accosted or
Perceived.
So, beard is the term for a woman who is providing the cover for a gay man.
So, how do you know the origin of that term? Is it just because a beard like hides your face?
Yeah.
that's what
I
it's
think
like a
that's what
mask,
it is.
sort
I think
of.
that's
Yeah,
what it is.
it's a mask.
I cannot tell you exactly what's up with the origins of the word. But I think it is like, it hides your face. Like, your face is who you are. If I had to take a guess, that's my best guess.
That's where I
Okay.
would go with the origins.
Because I've heard it
too.
referred to lesbians and gay men. I just didn't know if it was like the same
So what's the
term for
context for
both.
lesbians and
Like-
beards? Like that.
You hang
This
around
is a
with
man.
like super.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'm
Interesting.
actually
Super
interested in
manly
women,
dudes.
but it's like a man. Like I had a beard for 7 years.
That's why I said.
And I
for
asked
me,
that
fag
question.
hags are sort of similar.
But it's different because a beard is like pretending or like stepping in as like your romantic partner.
Right.
Where
I guess
like
it's
a
a little
fag
more
hag or a
intentional.
fly is like we're just BFFs.
It's intentional in a way
Yeah.
but I don't think that a fag hag can't be intentional in certain situations. Like, I don't think that doesn't
Is
happen.
a fag
where it's
hag like
where it's
I'm
like
pretending to
there's-
be this person's sexual partner?
yeah, I think that can totally, yes.
If you need to, like,
Yeah.
not. I don't think that's like what they're going for all the time, but like,
no, but it definitely
I think
would
the
just
origins were like as a safety cover.
You're like walking
yes,
through
if
the
you
mall.
go all the way back to like police raids in gay clubs, like
You
happening
pair
all
up.
throughout history, you would immediately break off from whoever
Yep.
you're with and pair up with
A
probably a
hetero-
lesbian.
right.
Like a gay boy would probably. They're
Right.
all queer, probably, but like
right.
you find somebody to pair up with
Yes.
immediately to cover your own ass. Like, oh, we don't know anything about these queers. We're just here dancing together.
Yeah, I think a beard has a little more like narrow definition, but I don't think that it's that different.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's the rest of my spiel. Fruit flies and Homo honeys
Come on, honeys.
seem to have reached their peak in the media in the late 90s and early aughts.
Oh, is that what we're calling it?
Yes, aughts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get with it.
I'm here. I'm here.
God,
Easier than
Alex
clear.
is just schooling us.
You
on
are
everything.
fucking schooling me tonight, dude. Odds? Like, come on.
I'm the one where I'm like, what's an Instagram story?
What does that mean? What's a link
What's
tree?
a tweeter?
What's a tweeter? But I don't know anything about odds.
All right, so
Double zeros.
the double zeros, the late 90s and early aughts, in the media, it was mostly like very attractive straight gals who have been spurned by straight men. So they collect gay men like accessories for whatever reason. But it's mostly security, like physical, emotional, mental validation. Like they want to feel pretty. They want to like
And
feel
I'm
like
sorry,
a
but gay boys
full-ass
are
human being
really good
or
at
whatever.
telling you that you're looking good.
Yeah.
and
Yep.
also just like having a companion. You know, somebody
Yes.
that'll be around
Somebody
you.
you can go to
feel like
brunch
this
with.
is an
And you don't
extension
have
of
to-
what I was saying
Somebody to go to
earlier.
brunch
And
with.
you don't have to like worry about them coming onto you or like assaulting you.
You know where
or
you stand
whatever.
already.
Right.
Yeah.
And there are some people that view it as a slur, fag hag, right?
Well, everything, if there's anything we've learned, or at least that I've learned in reading up on the rainbow flag, terms come and terms go, and
Some people don't like them and some people like them. And that's
at some point in time they're bad, at some point in time they're good, and then they just, everything
queer
changes.
was bad. For
Everything
a very long
evolves.
time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
here
I
we
still
are.
think queer is like, for some populations, still a bit questionable.
And that's nuts because I think it's like an A+ umbrella term.
Yeah, I do too. I agree with that.
But it is what it is. So there were a lot of women who embrace fag hag as a title because they legitimately loved homosexuals in general and want them to feel safe
I
in
love
friendship.
homosexuals.
Right. Like there are these women who say, like, they would be at pride parades and be like, I love my gay friends. Like, period, the end. So,
Right.
and they liked the term fag hag. So,
They claimed
They wore it as a badge.
yeah, and that happens with a lot of these terms. Is
I think probably the most troubling part of that is just fag, right? I mean, because
probably, and that's probably why I feel uncomfortable with it. But
I think that's why most of us feel uncomfortable with it. You know,
That's why I
because
like
when
Homo
I was
Honey.
young, when you were called a fag, that was a very derogative
yeah,
term to use. And I think it's probably kind of always been.
yeah.
I don't know that the community has ever successfully reclaimed the word fag.
I think maybe in like subculturally it has been reclaimed.
But not popularly. I don't know
No,
that.
you can't say it on TV.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
no.
It's like a subculture, like punk culture kind of reclaiming, not really a mainstream.
So I can
reclaim.
understand how it would feel bad
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
But if
I'm
you-
not personally offended by it because I understand the context.
Yeah, I'm not personally offended. I just now that I have better names for it, But here's my twist, because we need a twist.
Of course we do.
Rue Mcclanahan,
Who the fuck is that?
Blanche Devereaux.
Who our dog is named after.
Oh wow.
I don't know their real life names.
Can you name all the rest of the Golden Girls as actual
Betty White.
Oh, for God's sake.
B.
B. Arthur.
and?
Who?
Sophia's
Oh
real
shit!
name.
I don't know.
Estelle Getty.
There we go.
You get to play Plinko.
I do. Yes. Good. I love
Plinko's the
Plinko.
best game.
Yeah, it is the best game.
Okay. So Rue Mcclanahan has been quite an ally. Well, she was quite an ally. She starred in a film in 1971. Damn. And it's called Some of My Best Friends Are...
Wow.
And she played a, quote, vicious fag hag.
She would.
I can
Yes.
totally see
Yeah.
her playing a vicious fag hag. Or being a real life vicious fag hag. I don't know.
Yes.
Like Rue Mcclanahan, I can totally picture it.
And she has like a big, like, drapey overcoat
Is there a
thingy.
picture of her in this
Can we
movie?
please watch this movie?
We're going to watch this movie.
Queer
by
Movie
the
Club.
way.
So this was before Golden Girls.
Oh, yeah.
You can't
A
read
penetrating
all
insight to a world which actually exists today. It tells in one human story the many stories of its people, some outrageously funny, some shockingly grotesque, and some heart-wrenching something impact. The producers have attempted to portray events with full honesty, and therefore the film's content is sometimes objectionable, etc.
that. Yikes.
I
So we
love
must watch
when people
this.
put penetrative in their
As a
film
descripting word.
description.
God.
We're definitely going to watch that. And
Okay.
we're definitely doing an episode about it.
It might cost us like $3.
That's fine.
I would
Oh,
pay
okay.
$33.
Oh my God.
She loves Rue that much.
All right. Okay. That was my twist, and I thought it was lovely
It
that
was
I ran
very
across
That's a
that.
lovely twist.
Blanche. Of course she would.
Egg?
Gwyneth Paltrow?
No!
Oh.
What?
Oh, are you talking about the noni egg?
That's where I was going.
Is that a vagina egg?
I think so.
Yeah, you put it in there to like flex your.
Fucking egg.
Please don't do that.
Vagina.
Giggles.
Yeah, it's like a Kegel egg.
Okay. P.S. No, that's not it at all.
I don't know.
Anyone?
I have no context.
I got nothing.
You got nothing?
I got nothing
I have zero.
other than Gwyneth Paltrow.
I wish I would have done more research on this because I have. I'm aware of it. Yet again, I'm aware of this, and you're not.
This is your Reddit.
It is. It's absolutely.
I'm not on
my
Reddit. I know nothing about
addiction.
Reddit.
She's not on Reddit.
I'm a browser.
She peruses.
Oh, you're
Reddit.
not like signed
I don't
up.
have like an
No.
account.
She
where I
doesn't
comment.
vote.
You're
She doesn't
a
comment.
stalker?
She just
Yeah.
stalks
Reddit
Reddit.
stalker.
Yeah, egg. It kind of started as a meme. So FYI, that's where we're at. Is meme
Are you
territory.
gonna show us?
So we'll find this meme and put it on our show notes.
There are plenty of fucking memes that you can look up, but there's not one that I can point out. An egg is a transgender person who has not realized that they are trans yet.
Egg.
What?
Yes.
Kai, have you heard of this term?
I've never heard of this term.
From Wikipedia, which is a very reliable source of information.
Clearly.
It's, quote, it's used by transgender people when aspects of one's personality or behavior remind them of gender-related aspects of themselves before they realize they were trans.
I don't like other people policing other people into thinking that they're...
Right.
I
and
know
it's-
your identity before you
it's
do. I
kind
know
of a-
better.
It's kind of a, like, you introduce someone to another group of people and you're like, this is an egg.
Like, I might have the authority to be like, this friend of mine doesn't know yet, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Like, they haven't cracked yet? Is that...
oh.
Let me continue. Another note that I had for this was that there are moments or memories that give you a tingle of transness, and they're considered cracks in your shell before you hatch.
Okay, I can get behind this.
I'm thinking of a very specific picture of you.
The one of me and the one that we posted today or yesterday on our Instagram
Yes.
of me
Your
with a gloved
briefcase.
paw, a briefcase,
A tool belt.
a tool belt,
A tie-dye one piece.
I would say that's a crack in your shell.
There are
Okay, I
multiple
like-
cracks in my shell.
I
in that
like
photo.
the idea of hatching better than cracking.
Okay, and so there's
I
also...
feel better about that.
There's also an interpretation about, like, male to female transgender people who are hatched into chicks,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So
I
is
like this
also kind
metaphor.
of like a-
I'm liking this metaphor
it
more
comes
and more.
Full
Okay,
circle
okay.
when you consider that, but it's transformed into like just a general catch-all term.
Egg.
Egg.
All right.
The last thing that I wanted to discuss is, have you heard of the Alphabet Mafia?
No.
No.
Honey, what do you do? Do you go to the dark web?
Yeah, this is all
not the
research
dark
from the dark web. Clearly.
Absolutely not. I
web.
haven't heard of the Alphabet Mafia.
Or Alphabet Group?
No.
Like Google?
No.
They're Alphabet Inc.
Are they? I guess
Yeah.
they are.
No.
They are, yes, they are.
Enlighten us.
Okay.
I
Are
feel like
we...
I'm learning all kinds of things
Okay.
today.
God, I feel old as fuck.
So, this has
That's okay.
been,
That's
like,
our audience.
yeah. Semi-familiar to me for a few years, but I never really, like, I don't know, looked into it or really cared about it. But I was reading a story about Demi Lovato a couple months ago.
yes.
I like how you say your
and
last name.
Yeah, I like that too. It's very
Lovato.
fancy.
I think
Lovato.
that they are a they at this time.
They and Lizzo like beat off some paparazzi that
I
were
saw that.
misgendering.
Good for Lizzo.
Yes.
That's-
Lizzo was like,
Excuse you, it's they.
So Demi came out as non-binary,
Yeah.
and Demi was on the fucking news yesterday talking about International Non-Binary Day,
okay.
and so that reminded me of
Somebody's
this.
got to be out there talking about.
Right. And I, in my research, read this thing. It was some, like, perhaps BuzzFeed type article, and it was like celebrities that came out in 2021, or yeah. And Demi was on there, and they said something about how they just identified with the Alphabet Mafia.
They identify with the Alphabet Mafia, and I want to know what that means, because to me, that's A, B, C, D, E, I, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O,
Wait,
P.
you messed up.
Did I?
Well, we're not driving anywhere. We don't have to worry about reciting the alphabet backwards.
I'm thinking about Sesame Street.
Okay. I always do. Okay. Well,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No?
that's a good one.
Well, that's numbers.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H.
You fucked it up too. All right.
Neither of you driving anywhere.
I'll be biking home this evening.
So the term alphabet group started out as a type of slur from a very bigoty group of people referring to someone who identifies as a member of the LGBTQIA plus community. And it was intended to demonize these people as like a secret cabal of...
So instead of
Like
LGBTQ, it's like A, B, C, D, E,
Yes,
F, G.
it's like it's these fucking alphabet people.
Okay.
Wait,
Right.
So, sorry.
Oh my god.
How is Demi?
I'll circle back.
So it's
to
a
this.
reclaimed.
It's a reclaimed term.
Go Demi.
So it started out with yuckies, like trying to just be stupid about other people's identities that they don't understand. And just kind of like demonize their existence.
Mm-hmm.
And turn it into like, there's a gay agenda. There's a gay cabal of
Fucking
yuckies.
I wish there was a gay agenda. I fucking wish there was a gay agenda.
Put me on the
I really
newsletter.
do.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
I need a checklist.
Yes.
Give me a checklist for the gay agenda.
There's also a very much longer LGBTQIA like thing. The term alphabet group didn't really catch on. Only like on the corners, like the fringe of the whatevers. And so the queers adopted the phrase and reclaimed it because it was much cooler than intended. And it made it sound awesome.
It does sound cool.
It made it sound cool.
It's like
The
Sesame
alphabet.
Street meets
Yeah.
The Godfather.
Oh my god.
Oh, the Sesame Street meets the Godfather.
Which I love
I'm
that
glad
combination.
No, I'm glad that you said that because it's controversial in the community because there are people that live in areas where there is an actual mafia that represents danger to any fucking person.
And they're like, we're not going to claim the
They're
term
we're
mafia.
not going to call ourselves the mafia. So on TikTok and maybe elsewhere, people have come up with alphabet mafia ranks. Like corporal, captain,
I don't like
whatever's.
I don't like that either.
It's a youngster thing. Like we
Like
don't
I'm an
know.
A++ kind of thing.
Yeah,
Gold
like,
star.
it's kind of gold star.
I'm a B minus.
I don't know.
in the
Yeah,
ranks.
yeah. It's like there's an extended version of LGBTQIA+. It's LGBTQQIAAP
Why
That's
are we repeating letters?
because they mean different things.
yeah,
Asexual,
queer. What are the
pansexual,
two Q's?
pan-
Queer
Okay.
and
I'm going to say it again,
Yes.
and you can guess.
Are we just
what
wrong
it
all the
means.
time? Can I ever be right?
You can be right.
I just
but you
don't
just
feel
have to
like
be
I can
right.
ever be right.
LGB.
Wait, you should
P.
say each letter and then we guess.
Okay, L
Lesbian.
G.
Gay.
I was gonna
B?
say leprechaun.
God
Bi.
damn it, honey.
Bi.
By what?
Bisexual.
Sexual.
Yeah. T.
Transgender.
T.
Transsexual.
Dracula.
It's transsexual.
Transsexual. Yeah, a lot of people identify as transsexual even still.
Transsexual. Pennsylvania.
All right, this is not Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Sorry.
So the first Q is
Queer.
second Q.
Quotient.
Bisexual.
I don't know. I don't know the cues.
You
Queer,
said you wanted to be right sometimes.
quintessential,
I'm sorry. I'm just.
Questioning.
questioning, queer and questioning.
First
Okay,
word.
got it.
I.
Intersex.
Intersex,
Yep. A.
asexual,
Yep. A.
agender,
No.
Allsexual.
Allegory.
all sexual.
Allegory. Get the fuck out of here.
We just talked about this.
I'm
really
Ansexual.
Ally. Ally.
Allies have no place in our alphabet mafia. Well, they have their own place in the straight world. God, I hate that shit. Get out of here. Just because you're a friend doesn't mean you need to be in her.
Well, now
I'm sorry.
you're getting a little heated.
I said allegories.
Okay, what is the P?
Pansexual.
Yes, that's fucking it.
All right. Cheers,
Well,
queers.
I gotta pee
Cheers.
before we do booze.
Yeah, you should. Should we do the boo first? Oh,
We always
God.
do the boo first.
No, we don't.
Let's get
Do
the
we?
bad
Yeah,
over with. Yeah, we
Let's
always,
get the bad out of the way.
we like to
Yeah.
end on a good
Oh,
note.
that's true. Okay. Our boo this week is
Should we do like a? I feel like we should have like a song. Boo and who? Who's the boo? Who's the who?
Honey.
our boo of the week is Senator Lindsey Graham. Read a story about this goddamn fucking senator
Lindsey Graham.
who's sticking his nose. Where
Does
it
he
doesn't
not know he
belong.
has a woman's name? I just wanted to be sure.
Well, it's my name, and I identify as a woman.
Do you identify as a senator?
Yes, I do.
Senator.
You'd be a much better senator than Lindsey Graham.
You would. This fucking guy.
God,
He's an asshat.
he fucking sucks. So it starts out with some students at the University of Notre Dame.
Dame.
Humpback
Notre Dame.
University.
Hunchback.
It doesn't
Are you
fucking
in
matter.
Paris or are you
Hunchback
in
of Notre
South
Dame.
Dakota?
I am in Indiana.
That's where Notre Dame is.
Yep.
I thought it was
It's in
in South
Indiana.
Dakota.
We're gonna
I
call
went to
it.
school.
Are you in the U.S. or in France?
We're in the United States of America, Lisa.
Okay. Well, that determines how you're going to pronounce
Okay.
it.
We're just gonna call this the UND.
I'm sure that'll be really easy for you the whole rest of the time.
And
Why don't you go ahead and us?
So there's a few students who they wrote a public letter, which is just a fucking letter that more than one person decided to put their name on, to their school's dining leadership, which
I want to be on that. I
is
would like that
professional
job.
lunch lady.
Yeah, that seems like a well-paid lunch lady job. Anyways,
So they wanted to put a Chick-fil-A on campus. People were like, well, they're
Fuck
not
Chick-fil-A.
inclusive. Like, first of all, fuck them. And it says, we believe that there are multiple reasons to oppose Chick-fil-A. It's anti-LGBTQ plus activism, reliance on animal agriculture, and a lack of accommodations for students with special dietary needs.
Literally every single one of those is a valid point.
It's all valid. And if, yes. I mean, they make a pretty good chicken sandwich. But that is the last reason to put a Chick-fil-A on a college campus.
but
right?
we have not eaten their chicken sandwiches in a very
Chick-
long
A
time.
mighty
Chicken.
long time.
And of course, they haven't introduced a chick in sandwich.
Let's
so-
finish the story and then we can just go off on
Of
Chick-fil-A.
course not. 150 people put their name on this public letter.
which is a blip.
It's
And
quite a
where
blip.
was this?
Indiana.
Okay.
So that's probably
Let's
most
keep
of
it
the
in
gay people
perspective.
Indiana. Just kidding. There's probably way
It's
more.
not like it's New York or LA.
No, it's
Indiana.
and it's yeah.
Gary,
it's
Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary.
We're not going to
Indiana.
talk about Gary, Indiana. It's just really not a lot of people. Senator Lindsey Graham had something to say about this very small petition in a state that he
Of
does not represent.
115.
Oh, where does he
He's
represent?
from South
doesn't-
Carolina.
Why does he give a fuck?
I did not realize he did not represent this state.
I didn't
That's
either. When you
even-
sent this article, I did not pick up on
Did
that.
you read the article, Lisa?
I skimmed it.
Oh!
Did you read the article, Alex?
Hey, you just admitted to never clicking on any link I ever send you, so
All right, let's move on.
I cannot. Okay,
Yeah.
Why
Yes.
does he even give a fuck?
let's go on.
Because he's like so in
Because-
bed with
Let's go on.
Chick-fil-A.
Let's go on.
He's in bed with something.
I need my chicken.
He needed to tell all of Twitter that he has Chick-fil-A's back. I didn't think restaurants had backs, but and then he said, quote, "I hope we don't have to, but I will go to war for the principles Chick-fil-A stands for."
I hope we don't have to.
Go to
What is a
war
war?
for Chick-fil-A.
What does that war look like?
I hope we don't have to.
Here
It's
are
a bunch
the
of people in chicken suits and cow suits.
Just throwing honey mustard at each other.
Now, here are the principles that he specifically outlined in his tweet that he's ready to go to war for.
Oh my god.
Great food. And that's not a principle.
That's not a principle. That's an opinion, too.
Subjective.
It's subjective.
God, I want some chicken that's not from Chick-fil-A.
Here's the second thing. Great service.
Some white 19-year-old boy that's calling you sir or ma'am.
Who will do anything that you ask them
My
to
pleasure. My
Yeah.
pleasure.
Lindsey Graham. Here's the last principle. Great values.
God, because they're
Anti-LGBTQ is great values.
ruining our country.
Well, and that's the only thing that you think about when you consider Chick-fil-A. Like, what are their other values as a company?
They're closed on Sunday. They respect the Sabbath day that the Lord made for.
Where is your fucking cowboy hat?
He ends this tweet with "God bless Chick-fil-A."
Oh, fuck you, Lindsey Graham.
God bless Chick-fil-A. Like, he probably has his hand over his heart, I was going to say.
And he's looking at the American flag.
And this is a senator.
God
This is a
bless
United
the
States senator.
USA.
This
I
is
just
a
say-
senator from not the state that this
There are
issue's
only
in.
100 of these types of people, and he's one of them.
Well,
Can I just say
Jesus.
that Lindsey Graham is willing to go to war
Yes.
for Chick-fil-A, but he was not willing to find out what the fuck happened on January 6th when people tried to, like, overthrow the government.
He has incentive not to find out.
I'm just saying, like,
Or he already fucking knows, and he doesn't want to talk about it.
Whatever.
So he's talking about Chick-fil-A.
it's just, I don't know what to do. I feel like this is, like, the thing that makes me feel so uneasy, and it makes me want to drink another beer because
You will hate gays and
I
you will
don't
eat chicken whether you
understand.
like it or not.
I just don't understand.
This is what we need you to do as an American. You need to hate gays and you need to eat chicken.
My brain,
Chicken.
like, just it just like misfires. I don't understand how people like Lindsey Graham exist, and I don't understand how people vote him into office.
I want to tie this back to
God.
the fact that this is Indiana and Mike Pence was the governor of Indiana. He doesn't have shit to say about anything recently.
He's just like
He's
taking a
in
break.
his own fucking bunker probably for the next 6 years.
Well, it's probably a smart
Where he
place
should
to be
be.
for him.
I know, and I don't like Mike Pence at all, but if my own supporters were ready to murder me, I'd probably go into hiding as well. All right, so that's the boo, Lindsey Graham going to war for Chick-fil-A.
Lady G. We
Lady
didn't get
G.
into Lady G.
His fucking name is Lady G. We do not need to get into that at this time.
There will be
Alright,
no
well.
Lady G further
However,
discussions. We're going to go right on into
he's
the
for
Who.
sure gay.
I don't know if he's gay.
Yeah,
Lady G.
he's a closet case.
He might be listening to this
Yeah.
podcast because he's
I hope he
searching
Shout out,
Yes.
Lindsay.
LGBTQ.
Sign up for our Patreon, Lady G. Atone for your sins.
Yeah, you can afford the $25 a month official Lavender Menace tier.
Can you imagine if someone found his email address on our Patreon?
Oh, I would love that.
I would love
He's
that.
like, I'm
Don't
waiting for
use
my
your
tie-dye
name
t-shirt.
in your email. Just sign up for a
Hey,
new
there's
email
just-
address.
Yeah, just do
There's
something
a picture
anonymous.
of him going to the gym in his Lavender Menace t-shirt.
Oh my god.
You know what?
with the
Liberate,
Chick-fil-A
liberate
sandwiches.
yourself,
Probably.
Lady G. liberate yourself. That's all I have to say.
Who's our who?
You guys have the
MJ
who, right?
Rodriguez is our Who of the Week.
All right, Kai, tell us a story.
She is the first trans woman to be nominated for an Emmy in a lead role. So Laverne Cox for Orange is the New Black was
The supporting.
well, no. So Laverne, and she was nominated
supporting
as
role.
like a supporting lead
Right.
or whatever. But like this is historical because MJ Rodriguez is like the first star role trans person to be nominated for an Emmy and for Pose. And I have not watched Pose myself. It's on my list. I'm really excited to watch it. I'm happy that there are now 3 seasons of it because I feel like that's about the number I need to get
Just dive right in.
wrapped into a show. Yeah.
And then you know that it's probably kind of good because it's been renewed.
Yeah. And like, I also know that like I'm not going to binge a whole season in a week and then be like,
You have to wait for 18
I have
months.
nothing more to do with myself. Like I need, 3 seasons. That's perfect. So yeah, shout out to MJ Rodriguez. That's really cool. And really like, it's groundbreaking. The trans representation in the media and just the whole narrative surrounding trans culture and visibility is shifting, and that's
So do you know what? Can you say anything about what Pose is about? Because I know that it's
about the drag culture in New York City during like the AIDS crisis.
Oh.
Yeah, so obviously
it's
trans women of color were the most, I don't know, they
most
were
affected
like most
and-
affected and not
least represented.
Do you want to hear
Yes.
the description?
yes
Yeah.
most
Yes.
represented least
Set in the 1980s, Pose is a dance musical that exposes the juxtaposition of several segments of life and society in New York. The ball culture world, the rise of the luxury Trump-era universe, and the downtown social and literary scene. Bianca forms a house, a self-selected family that provides support to LGBTQ youth who have been rejected by their birth families. And it's all the people that live there.
Interesting.
so
Yeah, we should
drag ball
watch that.
culture, I guess.
It's like a fictionalized Paris is Burning type of
yes,
Yeah, exactly.
yes.
universe. Okay.
Say, subscribe, like, comment,
Share.
please.
Email us, please.
I would love it if you emailed us, please.
Do all those things.
DM us.
Get in contact.
I can't
Slide into
believe,
our inbox.
Can't believe that Alex knows what DM means. But
Yeah.
Do you know?
is it just because you've heard it on other podcasts?
Yeah.
Do you know what it stands for?
Drama massage.
Yes. You got it.
Bam.
Exactly.
All right. This has been Toasted Lavender Podcast.
Kai's very ready to eat food.
I'm fucking ready too. We're done. That's it. Goodbye.
Well, no, we need to shout out
Oh,
our
okay.
peeps.
Oh.
Music by Cop Kid. Art by Debbie Dixon, aka Durban Design.
Also, shout out to Stella for keeping it together
And
tonight.
sighing.
Stella
She
is
did a
our
lot
show
of
dog.
sighing.
She does a lot of sighing. We'll
There
throw
will
a
be a
picture
photo
up
of
Stella.
her
Yeah.
on Instagram this evening. So
Also, check out our Patreon if you're feeling like you want to support us. We have a couple tiers with some fun little things. If you want to
Hopefully-
support the show,
Hopefully, by the time this
airs.
airs, we will have some fun things to share in terms of like merch or freebies. But yeah, if you subscribe to our Patreon, we have a couple of bonus things already that we'd love to share.
Yeah, that little bonus episode is real fun.
I know.
So.
we're on episode 5, so I feel confident in saying please leave us a review. Or why are you beatboxing at this time?
Please leave us a review. Let us know. I mean, maybe not in a public way, but just send us an email and be like,
if it's going to be less than a 4-star review, send us an email first. If it's going to be over a 4-star review, just go ahead and leave
treat
it.
us like your Airbnb host.
We'll do better. We'll do better.
Yeah, treat us like your Airbnb host. Like, send us
there's
a
a
heads
problem,
up if there's
let
an
us know.
issue. Let us
But if it's
give
a
us a chance to
5-star
fix it.
Yeah, if it's a 5-star, give us 5.
Okay, bye.
Got it! I just spilled ruffled.
Okay.
Yeah, my
Speaking of
feathers feel
ruffled,
ruffled.
I
about
like
it.
ruffle, but it does make me want to eat potato chips.
Okay.
Oh, I always want to eat
Shout out to
chips.
Ruffles if you'd like to sponsor our podcast. We love Frito-Lay.
I
hope
also
they're
love the
Frito-Lay.
all dressed. I
don't know.
love the all
We
dressed.
love all potato chips. Let's make that clear.
I
We're,
identify as a potato chip.
okay, this is the time where I can insert this because it was edited out of the first episode. Anytime I type in Alex's spelling of her name, it autocorrects to Lay's. And it makes me so happy because we all love potato
Makes me
chips. And Alex told me at one point that she identifies as a Lay's potato chip, so it's
Can you
applicable.
identify the flavor of potato chip that I
You're
mentioned?
absolutely a flamin' hot dill pickle potato chip.
I would have categorized you as a salt and vinegar.
What the fuck?
Hi, you obviously don't know our friend Alex very well.
Oh, come on. I'm just fucking
pickle.
around.
I like that. I like that.
Flamin' hot pickle.
But I know Alex enough to know that she would be a barbecue.
Oh, she's got a little sweet side going on.
Sweet.
The well of my mouth.
We'll get back to
I know, I'm so hungry.
The well of my mouth is filling.
the well of my mouth. That's a great description.
know what that
Everyone's
means.
visualizing like their saliva.
I really don't know what that means.
We
but I'm
haven't
gonna
had
go
dinner
with it.
yet, so